Ultra. Protection never felt like this.
Now for a step-by-step approach to building a secure pension.
Some of us are having a ball, investing our money and enjoying the gains. But it doesn't happen overnight. You have to work at making your money dance. Otherwise, you might fall flat on your face. If you want some of the good things in life, you must put your money to work. It's a bit like learning to dance. First you master the basic steps, and then you slowly build up an investment routine that you can rely on. For long-term growth, look at the London stock market, which has more than trebled in value over the last 10 years. It can be a roller coaster ride, but you have to get on board to reap the rewards. But what strategy do you choose? Some people yearn for a bit of excitement and are willing to take risks. Buying company shares directly on the stock market makes the heart beat faster and the pulse race. Others prefer a more sedate pace, say investing a small amount of money every month in professionally managed funds like unit or investment trusts. They invest on your behalf. This can reap great returns over the long term. Whichever route you take, start slowly. But you must beware. Some investment schemes linked to insurance don't always deliver the fat returns they promise, as one investor found out to her cost. Linda Reynolds is a nurse at an old people's home near Bristol. Her first experience with an investment fund was grisly. 11 years ago, a door-to-door saleswoman knocked on her door and persuaded Linda to save £30 a month for at least 10 years with a company called Property, Equity and Life. Although only 18, Linda thought she was being very sensible and planning for a secure future. But nothing worked out according to plan.
I was a student nurse at the time. I was living in nurses' accommodation. I was just 18, and a lady came to the door and asked me if I was interested in investments. She asked me if I had any experience of it, and I hadn't. And she asked me if she could just come in and explain to me that I could invest a certain amount each month and end up with up to £10,000 at the end of 10 years.
Did she choose the amount that you should invest?
I had to invest at least £30
Right.
a month.
There was a minimum. There was a minimum.
Yes.
I see. Was that a big commitment for you?
Well, yes, because I was taking home at the time less than £300 a month, quite a bit less, so it was actually more than 10% of my monthly salary. But at the time I thought, well, you know, I'm being sensible, I'm investing money, and so I went along with it and thought that it was going to be better for my future.
So how much in total did you put into this plan?
Well, over the 10 years and the extra few months until the November, I put in 3,810 and I got back 3,895. So in fact, I just made £85, and taking into account inflation, I lost money really.
£85 return after 10 years of saving. That surely deserves the wooden spoon. If Linda had saved £30 a month in the average building society, she would have made almost £1,000. And if she had invested in the average investment trust scheme, she would have made around £4,000 in profit. So why does Linda's policy compare so badly?
The most obvious and striking thing about why it did so badly was the hefty charges. I mean, the charges are up to 6.45% per annum. And the reason those charges are so high is because there's so much baggage added onto this in terms of insurance. And she probably thought they were just, you know, freebies are attached to the policy, but all these things have a drag on performance. She's having to pay for them.
Had you heard of the company before?
No, I hadn't.
What was the name of the company?
It was Property Equity in Life, and she told me that they were a leading company in the field of investment.
They're actually an insurance company. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know.
And this plan that she sold you, it says on the outside, the Very Fund Investment Plan, doesn't it?
Yes, that's right.
So you'd be right to think that you were buying an investment plan.
Yes.
But when you look through, most of your premium has gone on buying you protection, the waiver of premium and the disability benefit and the death benefit. So it's more of an insurance plan than an investment plan.
I just presumed that it was compulsory, and I had to take out these things.
As she was single and only 18 at the time she took it out, obviously she didn't really need any insurance, did she? She should have gone for a straight savings plan.
Exactly. As a general rule, you want to avoid mixing up your investment decisions and your insurance decisions, because often, not always, but often you'll find that packaging tends to work out more expensive than buying investment and insurance products separately.
Linda's policy was with a company based in this building here in London. The company is now called Eurolife. We asked them to appear on the programme, but they declined. They no longer sell the Very Fund Investment Plan. They claim that full disclosure of the charges and conditions of the plan was made in the documents Linda received. They didn't explain to us why an 18-year-old needed life assurance, but defended the other insurance add-ons, saying they gave Linda some financial protection if she was unable to work. Now Linda is married and has a little boy. It's more important than ever that she doesn't fall victim to another investment disaster.
I've got a small child of 3, and hopefully, you know, for his future schooling, I would like to think about investing for him, really.
Linda should go for a regular savings scheme again, but this time in a unit or investment trust, and buy separate insurance. The choice of funds is huge, and many are sold by financial advisors. So how does she pick a good advisor?
Check that they are independent. Ask them who regulates them. For an independent advisor, they'll be regulated by either the Personal Investment Authority or the Securities and Futures Authority. And a good question to always ask them is, have they ever recommended a product which doesn't pay them any commission if they thought it was the best product?
There's a lot to think about, but if you start slowly and work steadily, we can all be financially secure. It isn't difficult. You have to rely on yourself.
Yes.
Because you're the one who's signed the cheque.
That's right.
So you have to make sure that it's not going to line somebody else's pocket. If you're saving to invest, then you must make sure the investment is working for you and not for anybody else.
That's right. It's so easy, though, to sign up for something when you believe what somebody has told you. So next time I would be more careful.
Peter, release. Now take up hold.
Linda's experience shows how easy it is to lose money if you don't know what you're doing. But when it comes to investing directly in the stock market, it's even more crucial to persevere and learn from your mistakes. I took years building my investment routine by picking out what suited me from the routines of many successful investors. I'll tell you something, I think learning how to invest is easier than learning how to dance. Learning isn't enough. It helps to have a goal. That yacht of your dreams requires a lot of money. It's not out of reach if you have the nerve and the know-how to buy shares yourself.
Hello, Bernice.
Hello, Phil.
Welcome aboard.
Nice to see you. Yes, thank you. Oh, what a lovely boat.
Oh, thank you.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yes.
Shall we get going?
Yes.
I think we should, yes. Tell me, Phil, how long have you been sailing?
About 18 years, I should think.
And is it a difficult skill to learn?
Learning about sailing is about doing the right things to survive.